guys, it's me, Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. How are you doing today? Today we're going to have a great conversation about selling, and our topic for today is selling and having a family life, having a life in general. It's like a lot of times when we first get into sales, we're so excited. We're all about making that money, honey. We're transitioning, we're changing. But don't forget that you have people in your lives that depend on you. It's like children, your significant other, your family members, your parents. So remember, when you're a salesperson, it's all about taking that money, honey, making that money, honey, taking good care of your customers, making sure that you do a great job. But you got to remember, we also have obligations with our families, our friends, people that mean something to us. Don't be too greedy, in the sense that if you become too greedy, you become a miser and you stop being around people that can help you. And you have to be green and growing. You have to be open and willing to be able to look outside of your box, to be able to see different things. And remember, you got to remember where you come from. You know, if you come from money, you've already got it. You already know what it's all about. But a lot of people, when they get into sales, they're trying to make some money. They're trying to figure out how they can make some money. And it's like, not everybody's going to be on your side when you're trying to be a salesperson, especially friends, family members. They're like, why are you going to do that kind of work? And then see what happens. For me, it became a career. I told you, I've been doing this for about 40 years. I'll tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, and the warts and all. You know, sometimes you even got to do different hustles, different type of jobs. Sometimes you have to have 2 or 3 jobs. You know, it depends on what's going on in the economy. So being a salesperson, it gives you a lot of latitude, a lot of ways to be able to create value and make money and always have a job. It's weird. You know, I didn't say it wasn't tough, but you know, it's amazing. You can make money if you have this kind of mindset that you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, a salesperson. But don't forget about your family. Right now, I'm getting ready to go see my parents, who I love very much. They're in their late 70s, early 80s, and I'm going to be quite honest with you. We're transitioning. I'm not a young spring chicken anymore. I told you I'd tell you stuff that you probably won't see on a lot of channels. So remember, when you're becoming a salesperson, you don't want to neglect your children. I was fortunate. God gave me the capability, with his help, to be able to raise my son for over 21 years in a home for 20 years where he didn't have to worry about moving around and just, you know, a lot of disturbance. I didn't say he didn't have issues. They're like tissues and so forth, but I was like, I'm there for my son. And my parents, you know, they work very hard. People look at me and they say, oh, you were a salesperson, you know, and you don't really know about working hard. Well, I have to say, you know, I was very fortunate. My stepfather's a Mexican, and I was able to, as a kid, work in the plant business, the sod business. I was able to work in the tobacco fields. I was able to work in the orange groves. I was able to work in the sod fields to be able to stack piles. And, you know, I worked with Cubans and Puerto Ricans and Mexicans and different people. And I got to see a different culture. You know, I'm a white boy, but I got like this Spanish background. It's weird. It's like kind of nice. And what I'm sharing with you guys is, as a salesperson, people don't really know who you are. So when I look at people, I listen to them. When I first started, I used to look at people like a dollar bill. I was so excited about, wow, I can make money. Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. But see, here's the thing. You can build relationships. You can also build referrals. You can also get extra leads and services and needs. It's just amazing. Being a salesperson in real life, it ain't perfect. There's some good days, there's some bad days, some sad days. There's some days you wish you just, you know, crawl back in that bed. And if you're fortunate, you'll have some people in your life that you've built up in their lives, your family, your friends. So when there are hard times and you're struggling or having a bad day, you know, reach out to mentors and people who've been there, people who are in your sales field, your business arena. You know, some people use church members and people that they confide to. I talk to God every day, and I falter every day, I promise you. But my whole life is, being a salesperson. I made it a career. I've been in the real estate business. I've been in the insurance business. I've been in the mortgage business. I've been in retail. I've been working in call centers, sales. It's been a really great part of my life. Heaters, motors, equipment, pool services. Every type of electronic you can imagine, I've been able to help people invest in. Warranty, service agreements, maintenance agreements. And I know you're probably going, what's this got to do with family? Well, it's how I make my money, honey. It's how I take care of my son for year after year after year. That's how I've been able to take care of myself, be able to purchase a home, be able to pay a home off, be able to do things. And when you get into sales, you've got all these different platforms to help you to kind of find an opportunity. But if one sales opportunity doesn't work out for you, that doesn't mean you don't keep going. And if you got good people in your corner, you're going to put a little bit of money away for a rainy day for transitioning. And if you're going into a new field like real estate, insurance, you're going to need somebody in your corner, because you're going to be working for free doing open houses and stuff, unless you get out there and really start hitting the bushes, talking to people, marketing, getting on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and letting people know what you're doing. You're going to have to depend on, whatever income that you socked away. If you're smart, you'll have about 6 months to 9 months. But it's hard because you're getting into real estate. It's starting a business, guys. So when you're real serious about getting in business, you got to be able to look outside the box and get help whenever you need it. And my name is Gary Lee Stanley. Please give me a thumbs up, guys. Please share my videos. Like I said, our topic for today is selling and having family and having a life. Make sure that you do take care of yourself. By having a life means, at one point I used to weigh over 300 pounds. I was very fat and I felt very uncomfortable. But I was a salesman. I was eating everything. There was a lot of garbage, and I kind of got sedentary more so, and I stopped doing what I needed to. But what happened was I got a hernia. Somebody told me, you need to lose some weight. Until we get this weight down, we're not going to do anything. And so it's been a very long process. It's been a couple of years, and I've lost quite a bit. Still got more to lose, but I look at my body, I look at my mind, because being a salesperson, we have to be on our game. We have to be able to communicate. Yeah, you may have a phone sales job where you're talking to people over the phone, but you need to get up off your butt. I worked as a CNA for a while, and that person, you clean people's asses, you bathe them, and people who have diabetes or they piss on themselves, and it's obesity. It's amazing, guys. It's so scary, and it's so sad, and it comes on really quick. And so I have to be very careful myself. So I was very fortunate to have this issue, and it made me take a look at my life, how I treat my kid, how I treat my family, how I eat, how I, try to it just gave me another positive message to be able to share that your health really matters. And being able to be there for your children, your significant other. If you're dead, they can't do anything. So we try to do as best we can to stay around and stay mobile. You are a salesperson, so get out there and sell something. But if you ain't asking for the order, we're not selling. And our topic for today is selling and having and building relationships. One thing I have to tell you guys, you're going to run into some really good mentors. There's going to be some people that you're wanting to emulate and to be like. Make sure they've got a good character. Nobody's perfect. Everybody has issues, and everybody's got problems. But, look for people that you want to emulate that are kind, that are considerate, that are business owners, people that are making money. Look for those features and benefits, because, see, what's going to happen is if you're not happy with who you're working with, you're going to eventually take it out on your significant other. You're going to take it out on your children, you know. And remember, when you're trying to get started in sales and some of those businesses like life insurance and real estate and all kinds of opportunities that work on straight commission, you need to kind of hopefully have a significant other or have some money stacked away for a rainy day, because it's going to take a little while for you to start making money. So make sure that while you're struggling and when you're knocking on those doors and you're calling on those customers, that you thank your family members for putting up with your shit, because you're going to get mad, sad, and you're going to have some really good days. Put your money away for a rainy day. Pay off your bills as fast as possible. And then if you have to consolidate, because it's better to have 1 or 2 bills than 10. I'm just saying, if you have options. And your family members, when you get into sales, they're not going to understand what we do. They're not going to understand. They're going to work a 9-to-5 job, work for 10, 20 years, 30 years. At least it used to be like that. But you got to get your education. Don't be afraid of technology. You want to embrace technology. If you got younger siblings, kids, family members that have backgrounds, can help you learn how to work on a computer, take some classes. Take an AI class. That's one of the courses that I'm taking. And I like to go in persons because I like to ask questions. I go to the college, Community First Credit, you know, maybe FSCJ right here in Jacksonville. And also, guys, get continuing education, because see, what happens is your significant other and your children, they're going to see you on the computer. They're going to see you studying. They're going to see you becoming a better person. You're going to be getting licenses. You're going to be getting certifications. You know, I worked in the selling furniture for a long time, and also worked in selling high-end electronics, computer systems, different things that you would probably go, really, you did all that? And I started out as a kid working in the fields, guys. I really did. I worked so hard, and I got a relationship with people, and it made me appreciate hard work. It made me appreciate, you know, having a couple of jobs, having a transition. We live in the real world, guys, and as a salesperson, remember, you know, if people have money coming in, it doesn't matter. I've seen great business come and go. I've seen people who work with companies for 10, 20, 30 years, and those companies go. So always be there for your significant other. Be there for your family. Be there for your friends if you can. I ain't saying let somebody lay up in your house and take advantage of you, because I've had that happen to me and so forth with people I help. But you got to remember, you have to have a heart of gold. Ask for God's help and guidance. Love on your children. Tell them how important they are. Tell them that they matter. Show them that they matter. Actually, give them a big old bear hug. Grab your mom and dad. If they don't know how to hug them until they can't hug back, because if nobody does it, nobody does it. And my name is Gary Lee Stanley, and today I'm just sharing who I am. I'm letting, you know, my hair down, not let it all fall out. Oops. But I'm on my way to mom and dad's. We're gonna have a little bit of lunch. I brought a big old rack of ribs. Okay, they're gonna be real good. We're gonna cook some. And today like I said, our topic for today is selling and how to be a salesperson and or a business owner and have family and how to deal with it. Remember, you do have obligations. You got to love people, because if they don't feel loved, they'll find other avenues and other places to get things that you may not want them to get in their lives. And that means your significant other. That means your wives, your children. That means you. So do yourself a favor. Get out there and sell something. But if we ain't asking for that order, I guess we ain't selling today. We're talking about, well, what do we need to do so we can have a good relationship and be a salesperson? We got to work on it. We got to work on ourselves. If we make ourselves better, we're guaranteed to have people just like us who want to be better. So you get out there and be awesome. And remember, love your family, man. Love your friend. They ain't guaranteed another day. You ain't guaranteed. Share that love. When you walk into a room, you be that light. Put your chin up. Let people go, dang, there's something different. And you be different. Be amazing. Be awesome. And get out there and sell something. Okay? Love on your family. Matters, man. I'm going to give my mom and dad a hug. You ain't never guaranteed another day. Thank you, God. I appreciate you. I love you guys, and I give God the glory. Y'all have a wonderful day, and get out there and sell something. Love on your family, and remember, you matter. Here's a big old bear hug. All right.